Hi, I'm Cletus P. Pecker, and I'm just as happy as a tick on a mule to be here today to talk to you. Now, I got a lot of stories about my family. See, they's a bunch of, well, they's a funny bunch. But anyways, I got a ton of stories. I'll give you an example. I'm married to Griselda May P. Picker, nee Swine Fluer. Now, she's a sensitive little creature. I'll give you an example. When I got married to that young lady, she come walking down the aisle with her daddy, Buford Swine Fluer, and she looked as beautiful as a pork chop covered in applesauce, I'm telling you. Anyways, I'm a standing there, and beside me is my dog Blue and my hunting rifle. And she seen that, and she says, Cletus, what's they doing up here at the altar? And I said, well, this ain't going to take all day, is it? that was that was one of my first trips to the hospital over Griselda May. Another time I was dancing with her, looking into her beautiful blue eyes. You see, one blue this way and one blue that way. Anyways, I was looking at her, and she says, Cletus, I could dance like this forever. And I said, don't worry, Griselda May, you'll get better. Well, I wasn't happy over that one either. Then one day, Griselda May, she went out for a walk, and I didn't see her for the longest time, and suddenly a police officer comes to the door with a picture of my lovely Griselda May, and he says, is this your wife? And I said, that's her. And he says, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but it looks like she got hit by a bus. I said, well, she may be ugly, but she's a darn good cook. When she heard that, you got her back to the hospital. I also ended up in jail one time over my friend Farnsworth. You see, I seen this beautiful sign what said, say how you feel with flowers. And I was kind of mad at him at the time, so I hit him in the head with a potted plant. And I ended up in jail. Anyway, that's just a few stories, but I also have one of my little granddaughter, Cotton P. Pecker. She's this high, 4 years old, cute as a button. And she come up to me and she says, Grandpa Cletus, can you make a noise like a frog? And I says, pardon? She says, can you make a noise like a frog? And I said, no. And she said, please make a noise like a frog. I says, no, Cotton P. Pecker, and why do you want to make a noise like a frog anyway? She says, well, Mummy and Daddy said the minute you croak, we're going to Disneyland. That was so funny. I'm not so sure about the kids. And I got to tell you about them a little later, because they can be a handful too, them boys. They get into all kinds of dickens. And I'll tell you about my time as a police officer. And I'll tell you about the time of many other occupations, what I had and I tried. I am a very industrious man, but I don't have time today to tell you everything. So it gives you just a little sample. But I also want to tell you this one. I'll tell you what, I was at evangelist service, and the preacher, he says, you got a need, you come up here and I pray for it. Now, I did have a need, and I went up and I said, preacher, I got a need. He says, what is it, Cletus P. Pecker? I says, I need to have prayer for my hearing. So that minister took his hands and he prayed a mighty prayer, and he took his hands away and he said, Cletus, how's your hearing now? And I says, I don't know, it don't come up till Tuesday. Well, anyways, if you like that, give me a call. If you don't, well, I guess you won't. But anyways, I have a problem with my memory. Sometimes it's short term. And I also have a problem with my memory because sometimes it's short term. But I'll write it down if you get hold of me for sure, and I'll make sure that I'm there for you. So you just get hold of me anytime you feel like getting hold of me. I'd love to talk to you. Bye for now. God bless.